Hello, 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 and welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise, and I am so glad to be back and hanging out with you. So, a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know how much news press this got, but there was a tornado, like a half-mile wide tornado that came through East Texas and northern Louisiana, and it took out the power for 300,000 people in the area. And so I didn't have power for 4 days. A girlfriend of mine who stayed with me didn't have power for an entire week, which was why we didn't have a show 2 weeks ago, because it was just mm, overwhelming is a really great word. And I don't know, I just felt like I needed to just take that extra time to get my life back together, get back into a routine before I come and amaze you again for yet another week of Thursday Night Live with Dr. Rita. Anyway, so to kind of follow up on that comment, um, I want to talk about self love. And I had brought this up a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to ask it again for the people that are in the room. Actually, you know what? I'm going to wait with my question because I'm not sure how many people are here, and I would rather maximize the space. I'm going to have a couple of questions for the room. Anyway, so the topic is self love. So, what is self love? Self love is our ability to take care of ourselves, to be nurturing to ourselves. It's our ability to go and bring ourselves a cup of chicken noodle soup when we're feeling bad, because we don't have somebody to bring it for us, or we just want some, or whatever. But it's a way we can nurture ourselves and not have to rely on or depend on somebody else nurturing us. Now, granted, having somebody else nurture us, always feels good, but it is a wonderful tool when we can do that for us. So, when would you maybe use this self nurturing, self love kind of thing? It's, I like to employ it when I'm feeling a little bit out of sorts. I've had a rough day. I've been on the phone with GoDaddy and I just want to kill somebody. I know that I need to stop and take a little break and do something kind for me because I've expended all of this energy. Um, and that's really what it's all about, is taking the time to take care of yourself and taking care of you and your needs. I mean, in today's society, all we do is run around. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we make dinner, we're doing this, we're doing that. If you have kids, it's even worse. Um, but we're not taught, we're not educated in the notion that we should take care of ourselves. We're taught to take care of everybody else, and we're at the very bottom of the totem pole of taking care of people. And so when you do self love, you decide, well, maybe, just maybe, I should move myself up the list, and maybe I can even be on the top of the list for a half an hour once a week. With that whole dynamic that I was talking about, that go, 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 do, take care of all of this stuff, can be likened to a bank account. So when we're going and doing and taking care of all of this stuff and everybody else, it's like we're withdrawing money from the bank. But when we take care of ourselves, when we do acts of self love, we are actually depositing money back into the bank so that you can have it and use it to take care of everybody else, because isn't that what your money's for? No, just kidding, just kidding. So I have to let you know. So about 10 minutes ago, it went from uber hot to there's a monsoon going on outside. So if I happen to just drop off and disappear, it's because I yet again lost power or internet or something fun like that. So I'm just like telling you in advance, just in case. But I'm putting out the energy that that's not going to happen. Okay. So what kind of things do you do when you're self-loving? I mean, it's not like, I love myself. If I could turn around and do like the hand thing down the back and have it be on camera all at the same time, I would do that, but I haven't figured that out. Maybe for next week. But doing the acts are doing things that make you happy, that bring you joy, that maybe help calm you down. So as you can see, I have to like lean the right way. I have like a little Starbucks old logo picture in there. And for me, one of the acts of self-love that I have for myself is to go and buy a venti soy, no water chai at Starbucks. And what that says, this is going to sound terrible, but what that says to me is, wow, you can go spend $6.37 on a drink. But when I drink it, it makes me happy. And it's worth every penny I pay for that damn drink, even though I do like it. So other things you can do, you can take a bath, you can go out with friends, you can take the dog for a walk, you can meditate, you can read, you can, do things to get out of the house, send your kids off to play with somebody else. Anything that's going to give you that nourishment you need. And this is especially true for moms that have kids, especially younger children that tend to be a bit dependent. Sometimes they get really frustrated or really burned out, and the burnout comes from they don't do any acts of self-love. Everything is really focused on the kids, focused on the family. And if they could spend a little time every day, 15 minutes every day, or, an hour a week, just nurturing themselves, I think they would feel a lot better and would be able to navigate their life easier. So let's see. And one of the other things is, some people, their loving act for themselves is to go to the gym or to do some kind of activity. And that's great. Go work out, do yoga, go do Tai Chi, whatever that is. But when you end up forcing yourself to have to go do this self-loving act, then maybe it's not so self-loving anymore, and you need to take a look at it. Because when there's effort tied to it, then you're not getting the benefit. Now you're using your energy to make this thing happen that's supposed to make you happy, and damn it, I'm gonna go and be happy. Yeah, it don't work. Anyway, so so if you're not spending any time taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, then I would love to suggest that you do that you spend some time. Every day would be perfect, but once a week, once every 2 weeks, whenever you can fit it in, to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to nurture yourself. And if you don't know what that is, just quiet your mind and ask, what would make me feel good right now? And then that's the thing that you should do to love yourself. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the lines here in 1 second. I just want to remind all of you that if you would like to schedule a private consultation with me, Dr. Rita Louise, go to soulhealer.com. You can fill out the contact form and get a hold of me. Don't forget to like, Dr. Rita Louise. So not Rita Louise, but Dr. Rita Louise on Facebook, and it'll keep you informed of the live streams. Oh, you could also, on the Soul Healer page, sign up for my newsletter, and you'll be reminded right in your email box. Or if you're more of a YouTube person, please go to my YouTube channel, Just Energy Radio on YouTube, and subscribe. And I just want to remind you that this is an open forum. You don't have to be my friend. You can just come and hang out. If you know somebody that could benefit from participating in this live stream, then please pass the word on to them. The more the merrier. That's how I think of it. Anyway, so let me go and say hi to people, and then I'm going to ask my questions because I do have a couple of questions. Okay, so this all right, he's not old. Well, he might be old. I'm not really sure. This friend of mine that I've known for a very long time from when I used to do my radio show, Just Energy Radio, Marco, I don't know if he's here anymore, but he did come in before the show started and said hi. Hey, Marco, if you're here. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Debbie. Okay, so we have a very small house today, but that is okay because maybe it'll be a very intimate conversation, and I'm good with that. So I'm gonna, well, I guess it's Mary and Debbie. Okay, but that's okay. Um, so I have two questions for you guys. One is more of a personal question, and Mary, you are, hey, Sterling. Okay, so this is the more personal question, and I brought this up a few weeks ago, and I'm going to re-ask this. So, have you guys been feeling out of sorts lately? You know, just like not grounded, walking around like you walk into the other room and you're like, wait, did I turn that light off? And you go back and you turn it off, but you didn't remember that you turned it off, even though it was like 3 steps before. Or a lot of fatigue, or I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm experiencing. And, you know, it's really challenging to separate out. Hey, Nina, it's really difficult to separate out. Is this me, or are we in some cycle right now? And when I brought it up the last time, it had been going on, and I don't know if it has calmed down or stopped for other people, or if they're still experiencing this just really kind of weird energy sucking vibe thing going on. I mean, I don't feel like I'm upset, and I'm not scared, and I'm not worried, and I'm not fearful, but there's something. It just feels like a giant energy drain, and I'm not liking it. And, you know, so if it's not me, then I have different tools to work with than if it is me. Okay, so let's see. So Mary said yes. Debbie said yes for several months now. Okay, so thank you for sharing that piece of information, because to be honest with you, it's a little bit scaring me, because usually I'm like kind of Speedy Gonzalez, and you know, all I want to do is lay on the sofa and curl up and fall and sleep, even though I've gotten a pretty good night's sleep. And, you know, so I guess I'm going to have to investigate this internally. Okay. And so here's the second question, and it's totally unrelated. And depending on if more people come in, I might ask it again. So something that I've been contemplating since starting this live stream, although not that much, but more lately, is to bring guests on the show, you know, authors of books, you know, kind of like what I did when I had my Just Energy radio show, you know, covering like paranormal, ancient mystery, weird stuff, and more weird stuff. And let's see, how's about some weird stuff? Um, and it wouldn't be every week. The phone lines would still open up, or the chat would still open up for people to ask questions, but they could ask questions of me or the guest. And so that would be the option. So think about it. Let me know. I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm taking a survey, but I would like to get other people's opinion on that. So All right, so let's see. So Mary said, and I'm totally jealous. I guess Mary lost power in that storm, but she only lost hers for 24 hours. Okay, not me, not Debbie. So Debbie says, same over here. This is a great subject matter tonight. Yay, thanks, Debbie. Sterling says hello. So does Nina. All right. So now Sterling is making me actually go to work. All right. So she said, do you see anything for me, school or work? What type of work, or I guess where to school? Okay, so Sterling, let me just kind of check. So I'm not going to give you a specific piece of advice like you should go here. What I want to look at is what gifts you bring to the universe and what kinds of things bring you joy. So for me, solving puzzles and being creative bring me joy. And that's one of the reasons why I write books, because you have to kind of solve the problem of the book and then write it, and I really enjoy it. So let's see. Well, this is kind of interesting. So Sterling, when I look at your energy, I get this kind of dual thing going on. I feel like there's a piece of you right now, okay, not forever, but right now, that's a little bit shy and would rather not like jump in the front of a room and be the center of attention. And I don't even mean the center of attention, but have eyes on you. Anyway, but I feel like that's really a fear for you. And I feel like you would like to have, like down the road, I think that you would be very comfortable being in front of a room full of people, being, like an instructor or a teacher. Um, but I feel like where you're at now, there's a lot of fear about doing that kind of thing. Um, anyway, but I that was coming up first, so I'm just going to share that piece. Um, Yeah, well, I'm going to stick with it. I mean, I feel like there's a piece of you that really likes to share information um, and create common ground for people. I get the impression that you're very good at looking at both sides of an issue and looking at how they connect, how they are different. I get the impression that you're very intuitive, and that is part of the way you're able to make these connections, is because you're able to take a step back and look at it from a bigger slash intuitive perspective. I get the impression that there's a lot of things that really bore you, especially things that that require manual labor, and maybe that's why I keep moving toward this speaking, teaching, uh, coaching, mentoring. Although I keep seeing you with like larger groups of people. And when I say teaching, I don't mean elementary school or high school. I'm seeing more adults. So I don't know if that's something that you've looked at. Um, I feel like it's something that you could do and grow into, and you would love it, versus a lot of the, and I'm going to put this in air quotes, mundane other things that you could do, which I don't feel like you would like very much. Yeah. Okay. So if you have any follow up on that, please put that below. So Deb responded to the earlier question that she's been having um, issues with fatigue and weirdness going on. And then she went on, something's up climatically. We had the hottest day ever recorded globally yesterday. Huh, interesting. So Sterling said the energy is like people are too tired or they have given up. And I hear that, Sterling, but have they given up? And actually, I like that. See, you are, all right, Sterling. See, I'm just going to like give this to you again. I mean, I really feel like there's a very intuitive part to you. Um, but I like that notion of them giving up. Um, but maybe they're giving up because they are too tired. And it's kind of like, well, what's the point? No, I like your point. That's excellent. I'm going to have to think on that one. But it's resonating with me. So thank you. Okay. What? I am so grateful to Drew Dodo for bringing my husband back who left me for another woman. Well, you're the dummy that took him back. The moment he left me, I thought I lost everything until a friend gave me Drew Dodo WhatsApp contact. I messaged him and told him the pain I was going through. Then he told me that everything, yeah, I'm assuming that you want to give out Drew Dodo's WhatsApp contact information. But I have to tell you, Linda, there are a number of us who have gone through some very, very toxic relationships, and anyone whose husbands left them and begs to have them back really needs to look at that. And do you really want them back? Or are you just inviting more pain and suffering into your life? Just my little commentary. All right, so Sterling is giving me a yes on guess. So yay. Hey, so Linda. Oh, she's hitting on everybody. So Linda, can you just go away? See, I really am kind of in a cranky mood because I couldn't go to my chiropractor today because my doctor like screwed me. So, and hey, Debbie, maybe you should reach out to Linda and share with her your experience about your stupid boyfriend coming back. He didn't leave for another woman, he just left. Linda, you need to go away. That's just like you have picked the wrong room for that one. Okay, so bye, Linda. I'm not going to respond to you anymore. Okay, so Yvonne says, do you see money coming in career wise? Okay, so that's kind of a predict the future question, and I can look at probabilities, but to say, yeah, you're going to get $3,000, psychic stuff doesn't work that way per se, per se. Okay. Uh, So, Yvonne, are you looking for another job? I feel like there's going to be a change career wise coming in for you. So, I don't know if that's a promotion or you are going to find a position somewhere else. But I feel like you're going to be moving into a situation that, one, there's more money. But when I look at your energy, there's also this like learning curve, figuring out this new stuff, which is an indicator that, new job or promotion, because you will not be doing the same work you have been doing. I mean, it might be similar, but it'll be different, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So Sterling says, ma'am, you nailed it. That is me in spades. And thank you, love and light. So Sterling, come back, or stay or whatever. But thanks for coming. Okay. So Debbie's all hail Drew Dodo. I mean, who even has a name like that, Drew Dodo? I mean, I could make all kinds of freaking jokes about that. So Sterling sending some energy. So Debbie says, let me call Drew Dodo real quick. Yeah, I think he should, like give him a piece of both of our minds. Okay. So Yvonne, Yay, Sterling, thank you. Did that make sense for you? I mean, could you follow up and let me know if that is a possibility of what's going on in your life? It would make me feel good. Okay, so I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? So I still have like almost 35 minutes, although I might cut it short because I might. Are there any topics you guys would be more interested in hearing about? Do you not really care? Anyway, oh, Jennifer, my back is fine. It was just my regular, monthly chiropractic appointment that I was supposed to go to, but I had to get a new referral, and I called my doctor to renew my referral a week ago, and they did nothing. So it just left me a little cranky because I drove to the chiropractor, and they were like, "Oh, well, we don't have your referral." Anyway, but thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Um, okay, so Yvonne, I'm going to come back to you here in a second. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so things are being a little bit weird here, as you can tell. And there's this like weird sound outside going, but not really super loud, kind of like alien spaceship thing going on. So if I disappear, alien spaceship. Okay, so Jennifer, and Yvonne, I don't know if you were here earlier either. So have you been noticing or just feeling out of sorts recently? But recently, I'm going to say like in the past couple of months where, just a lot of fatigue and inability to concentrate for real long, or, you know, the one that really bugs. Okay. All right. Am I back? Yay. Okay, so the one that really bugs me is, you go and do something and you just did